Class of 2020, when we started your senior year together in August, this is certainly not how we expected to end it. I am sorry that your senior year was cut short, but I hope and pray that you take this experience and learn from it, grow from it. I know you have all learned to adapt to changes, you have learned resilience, and I hope that you have learned to find a silver lining or two in circumstances like the one that we're going through now. Class of 2020, we are proud of you and we wish you much success in your futures. The salutatorian address will be given by Peyton Lehmann, daughter of Tamara Owens and Daniel Lehmann.
Welcome, class of 2020, family, friends, faculty, and community members, to our first ever virtual graduation. It is an honor to be here. This has been a very long journey for not only me, but for all of us. I would like to express my appreciation to all of my teachers, friends, family members, and who have all helped me to get here where I am today. I would first like to thank God for all of His things He has blessed me with and given me the strength to achieve what I have. He blessed me with a lifelong support team, and I'm truly thankful. Dad, we have come so far together. You taught me everything I know about my sport. On the soccer field is where we bonded the most. You taught me how to be tough, and when I get knocked down, to get right back up and to keep going. I always told you I would get good grades and achieve many things all through school. Well, I did it. Now I'm going into the big world. If I get knocked down in life, I promise I'll get right back up and keep going. Mom, we've been through so much together. We aren't your typical mother-daughter duo, but it's because we got each other's backs. No matter what, ever since I was a kid, you've done everything in your power to make sure I always had what I wanted. Thank you for always pushing me to be the best me, and I love you. James, God knew what He was doing when He put you in my life. You've been there for me ever since I was a little kid. You watched me grow and took me in as if I was yours. Having you in my life is one of my greatest blessings. You do so much for me, and you don't know how truly grateful I am for that. Thank you for loving me as one of your own. Gigi, this title as salutatorian is dedicated to you. I always strive to be one of the best for you. You've always told me I would be something great one day, and I'm going to be, I promise. I wouldn't be the young woman I am today if it wasn't for you. I love you, and I thank you for everything you did for me and have done for me. To my best friends, you know who you are, and I'm so grateful to have people like you in my life. I look forward to many more late night adventures as long as we don't fall in sewage again. To my teachers and staff, thank you for always making life a little bit better here. You were all so great, and you were all so brave to be able to teach high schoolers, because I know we were all a handful. There are several teachers that have made a great impact in my life. Ms. Purcell, you had me for 3 years in class, and you've seen me in every aspect of me. You were there for me no matter what, and you've never failed to make me smile with a hug I got in when I walked through your door. Ms. Cooper, you were one of my biggest role models. You watched me grow since I was little. You helped me grow in my faith, and you always told me to tame that tongue, but little did you know that is a definite work in progress. Ms. McDermott, I personally thank everybody in their life needs someone like you. You are so inspiring, and you have been there for me during one of the craziest times in my life, but thank you for helping me get through it. Now to my fellow classmates. So many of us said we couldn't wait for this day, but it ended earlier than we thought. If I could go back and redo those last few days of walking in the halls of BMHS, I most certainly would. We took it all for granted. We took our senior skip day to the next level. That is definitely unbeatable. Most of us have been together since we were in preschool, but now we're all grown up going into the big world. But hey, we made it. We thought we never would, but we did. It all came to an end so soon, but there's a reason for everything. I wish you all the best of luck, and go live your best life. Thank you, BMHS.
The first valedictorian speech will be given by Colby Domay, son of Dana and Gary Ingram, and Scott Domay and Diane Case.
Hello, classmates, family, friends, community members, and staff to our unique graduation ceremony this year. During the past 60 days, it has been a challenge for everyone, and I would like to share the lesson I learned from this experience. But before I start, I would like to thank a few people. I first want to thank my Lord and Savior. Without faith, I would not be standing on the stage right now. For as long as I can remember, this has always been a goal of mine, to stand on the stage and give a speech. For those many years, I have also prayed countlessly that God would guide me to success, and He is the reason I am standing before you today. He provided me with the knowledge, strength, and drive every single day. To my family, thank you for the support, guidance, and faith all of you have instilled into me. I want to thank a special person that is with us today, my granny. She is the strongest person I know, cultivating many years of marriage, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. She has always been my inspiration, and this speech is dedicated to her. Granny would always laugh that I would go to great lengths for her to be here today, even flying her in a helicopter if I had to. To my friends, I cannot imagine making memories with anyone else and having you by my side. To my best friends, you know who you are, but thank you for being there since day one and continuing to support me. Katana, Hannah, and Macy, no matter what the future holds, our love for each other will always be unconditional. To my teachers and staff, thank you for providing an environment that felt like a family. There are two teachers that had a great impact on my academic success, my leadership, and shaped me into who I am today. I want to thank Miss Jewel for being the best healthcare teacher and helping me on the path to nursing. I would not be going to the medical field without you. To Miss Allen, thank you for sculpting me into the leader I have become. Over the past 2 years, you have greatly impacted my life, making it hard to say goodbye. The bond that I have with both of you is definitely something special. I see you both as a mother, a friend, and a role model. Although it might not be a goodbye, but rather a see you later, you both will always have a special place in my heart. I could not stand up here today without giving credit to Miss Davis. She has not only been a great leader in the school system, but a great leader in my life. She has been there when times were tough and has always had her office door open when I needed her. Now, the biggest lesson that COVID-19 has taught me is that as a society, we constantly live in a world that is waiting for the next chapter in life. It's a waiting game. We are always waiting for the next basketball game, the next car, the next job, and the next opportunity. Often we take things for granted because we are in a constant state of waiting for the next best thing. My fellow classmates, many of us could not wait until the day we graduated, but many of us would go back and redo many of those last days that we had walking the halls of Ballot Memorial. We took our last days for granted. Many of us didn't take a moment to appreciate those last few days. So the moral of the story is, enjoy life in the present and find happiness in every situation. Let's just take a moment and let this sink in. We've made it. From the hard days of waking up and rolling out of bed, to the good days of getting up an hour early just to pick out an outfit, fix our hair, and still manage to show up to school late. Thank you, lunch ladies, for locking the doors at 7:48 and making all of us walk around in the rain. We have had our many victories in this exact gym, but we've also had many losses. Well, today is a victory, not only because we are starting our lives, it's because we have faced so many obstacles that have been thrown our way, and we've still managed to come out stronger as ever. Look at when we came into the world during 9/11, where times were tough. Many of our mothers were pregnant and scared of what happens next bringing a child into the world. We are stronger together than divided. We can all agree we have had our achievements and we have had our many struggles. But having each and every one of you here, we have conquered it as a family. Many of us grew up together, and it's hard to see most of us part ways. Lastly, I want to say thank you to Mom. She's always said, Colby, it's okay if you don't have all A's. It will not define how successful you are in the future. My fellow classmates, grades do not define how successful you will be. Keep your head up high and keep striving. Academic excellence has always been my top priority. Does it determine my worth, my faith, or my future? No, but what I am saying is, it does not define who you are. You are special. You have worth. And the Lord has a mighty future for you. Continue to serve him, and he will lead you to success. I thank him for this victory. Thank you, Valley Memorial High School.
The second valedictorian speech will be given by Anna Thompson. Anna is the daughter of Christy Thompson and Andrew and Rachel Thompson.
To start off, I wanted to say it's an honor and a privilege to be a valedictorian of the class of 2020. As we all know, this is not how any of us planned for our graduation to be. We all thought this time would have been spent getting yelled at for not sitting down quietly enough, planning our senior prank, and saying our final goodbyes. But as a class who was born right after 9/11, we should have known better. If you know anything about me, you know that I could talk to a brick wall. So instead of boring you with all my memories from high school, I chose to tell you some of my most valuable lessons I've learned over the past 4 years. Number 1, never give up. While working to be a valedictorian for our class wasn't easy, it was definitely worth it. I could not tell you all the times that I almost gave up. The best things in life are not easy to come by. Set goals, work hard, and reach them. Number 2, make connections. This may seem like a silly lesson, but I assure you it is not. I have made so many connections in the past 4 years with our community members. It is so crucial that you have people that can help you in a time of need, people who can cheer you up when you're feeling down, and people that will provide you a shoulder to cry on. Sometimes I think about how different these years would have been if I would have not worked at From Me to You. Working locally has taught me how important it is to shop with people in your community and support small businesses. Thank you, Vicki, for not only everything you do for me, but also for treating me like your own for the past 2 years. You will forever hold a special place in my heart. Number 3, never take anything for granted. If there's anything that this pandemic has taught me, it's this. If you would have told me we would not be going back to school after March 12th, I would not have believed you. I only remember one thing about my last day of high school, deciding if I was skipping or not the following Monday because I had an accounting test. I hated those, but I know KP would have scolded me for it. There were so many things that we planned on doing together as a class that were taken away from us. You never know which day is going to be your last. Always look forward towards the future, keep your head held high, and live life with no regrets. I would now like to use this time to thank those who got me where I am today. Thank you, God, for giving your son to cover our debt. Mom, thank you for always pushing me forward and never letting me give up. Dad, thank you for always making me laugh when I needed it the most. And thank you to my family as a whole for always believing in my wildest dreams and assuring me I can do anything I set my mind to. Thank you to the teachers and staff who helped me along the way. I want to specifically thank Ms. Sullivan and KP for always pushing me beyond my limits and seeing what I can not only see in myself. Thank you to my best friends. You know who you are. There is no way that I could have survived these past 4 years without each and every one of you. You always hold a special place in my heart, and thank you for always putting up with me and my crazy self. And lastly, thank you to the class of 2020 for all the memories. I have a feeling that the world will never forget us. Oh, and I almost forgot. Go Navy.
At this time, I present the class of 2020. Cohen Malone Adams, honor graduate. Jonah Zachary Ashworth. Olivia Lee Bailey. John Colton Baker. Shelby Nicole Blankenship. Dallas Michael Buttram, honor graduate. Jacob Hunter Lee Buttram. Katana Aaliyah Bias. Alice Calderoli. Tanner Dale Chandler. France G. Charles. Ryan Michael Clark. Brady Lynn Cox. Angel Lynn Crawford. Hannah Nicole Dixon. Colby Scott Domay, valedictorian, honor graduate. Daquan Markel Donlow. Slade Jason Elvis Donner, honor graduate. Colby Michelle Drummond, honor graduate. Savanna Raine Elrod. Chantel Morgan Goldsberry. Katie Doreen Gonzalez. Kaitlyn Elizabeth Gossam. Chance Allen Gray. Kyler Dayton Green. Kylie Madison Gwynn. Dalton Tyler Hawes. Jayla McLean Holt. Trevor Austin Howard. Jacob Lynn Howle. Elijah Ray Johnson. Reese Turner Joles. Emily Michelle Kearney. Kylie Paige Coons. Mason Nicole Lanier. Joseph Michael LaPointe. Robert Reed Lee. Peyton Brooke Lehmann, salutatorian, honor graduate. Joseph Paul McGuirk. Winter Grace Miller. Brady Allen Morrison. Madison Renee Nichols. Amanda Faye O'Brien, honor graduate. Alex Mason Overby. Zoe Bell Overby, honor graduate. Brady Keith Parrott. Colton Edward Pearson. Joe David Phelps. Carly Page Pulaski. Parker Andrew Rathman, honor graduate. Kaylee Autumn Ray. Ryan Charles Raykemper, honor graduate. Lance Clayton Reed. Riley Faythe Rollins. Logan Dakota Seaton. Bradley Wayne Shearer. Zachary Taylor Shepard. Dylan Scott Schrum. Tyler Blake Simmons. Beau Montana Smith. Jaydon James Sullivan. Shelby Wayne Taylor. Anna Grace Thompson, valedictorian, honor graduate. Abigail Kaitlyn Tyson. Robert Thomas Vietz. Ella Kate Walden. Colton Lee Wheeler. Dallas Ridge Wilharber. Grace Renee Wilson. Carrie Nicole Woodall. Roy Edward Yarbrough.
My name is Dr. Casey Allen, Superintendent of Schools. It is both my honor and my privilege to serve as the Superintendent of Ballard County Schools. I'm privileged to work in a school district where the local Board of Education gives us the opportunity to make good decisions for students every single day. Our vision and mission statement in the school district begins with, in partnership with, and in service to our community. Just as this community supports us, we truly believe it is our duty to support our community. Graduates, at this time, I'm going to ask you to move your tassels from the right to the left, signifying your transition from student to graduate. Ladies and gentlemen, as the Superintendent of Ballard County Schools and on behalf of the Ballard County Board of Education, I present to you the Ballard Memorial High School graduating class of 2020.
This concludes our virtual graduation ceremony for the class of 2020. Students, best wishes to you all. And remember that no matter where you go, you take a little piece of Ballard County with you. God bless.